Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Real Life All Day, Every Day. I am your host, Morgan.
And I'm your co-host, Jennifer.
We're excited to have you here for our conversation tonight.
It should be a really good one.
So, Jennifer, end of the week. Anything exciting, fun, cool happen?
This last week, let's see. Well, I mentioned to you that I attended a summit that was hosted by Sage Robbins, Tony Robbins' wife. He's the guru of motivational speaking, I think. And it was online, it was free, and it was awesome. And it was all about empowering women to just be all they can be, have confidence, and just go for their dreams. It was, the title of it was She's Unstoppable, so that interested me when I saw the title.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about Sage, but she put on a nice summit. There were a lot of invited speakers, like let's see, the tennis star Serena Williams. She was there, and everything she had to say was really motivational. And everybody who was there, I think Derek Huff was there and his wife. Their speeches were excellent. They were clear. They were pretty short, and gave you tips on, how to overcome that negative thinking, how to get yourself out of that. And it made me realize too that they are just like us. They're just people. Like Serena has business, and she's and has kids and has to juggle everything.
Yeah.
And just to listen to her and see her was pretty cool too, to know that she has to juggle the same things as every mom who has kids and has a career and a business, one or both. So that was pretty cool. And I just wanted a tip or something that would be useful to me, and I found it. And Sage Robbins actually said it. When you catch yourself listening to that negative self-talk or telling yourself, remember, first of all, that everybody goes through that periodically, even her, and you're the only one who can put a stop to it or change it, make it positive. Yeah. And so when she said, remind yourself that you can change that, first thing I thought was a Google Calendar. Yeah. I love putting reminders on there. So now I'm going to just probably put 3 on there, different times of the day, that just will say, how's your self-talk? It's going to be a question.
Yeah.
And that's short and sweet, because inside I know if it's negative, time to switch it up. So that was really, really valuable to me. And it was a free seminar or summit, and that was nice. But free doesn't exclude anyone from getting bombarded with emails after, and possibly texts and sign up for this, it only costs this, buy this product. And so if you're somebody who's interested in those things, you just have to be really strong, and you go into it thinking, I'm not buying one single thing.
Yeah.
And her husband's, the things that he puts on, they're expensive.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I looked them up, and the lowest price I saw was like $5,000 to attend one of his,
which is crazy,
trainings. Yeah, and I thought to myself, the people who need it the most, they just don't have a random $5,000 to just, I'll spend this on a seminar or a workshop. So if there was a book or something that went along with any of their trainings, I would just get it at the library. Yeah. Find out what helped me, and return it when I'm done. So I think it's just too bad that things that are this helpful aren't available more often to those of us who really value it, but we're just not going to throw down that kind of cash for it.
That's very true.
You know? So that was my surprise thing I did this week. And you just found out about it tonight.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I didn't know about it earlier in the week, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because afterwards I was just thinking it over and going, I'm so glad I sat down and did that, because it'd be so easy to just say, I got other things I got to do. Take the dog out for a walk and stuff. So yeah.
Speaking of.
Here she is. Maisie has joined us. But she's going to be quiet.
Because it's a little bit later.
Yeah. What about you? Any surprises in your week or interesting things?
Not really. Pretty much the normal everyday. Just, getting to interact with different people on a daily basis and kind of getting to know their story and what they like to eat.
What they like to eat, yeah.
Met a couple of pretty cool people, and it was very nice to have a new change of pace where I could have a conversation with someone new and actually think I relate.
Cool. Because you work in the food industry, so
yes.
You're always asking people what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
For lunch or breakfast. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not bad. I've gotten to remember a lot of cool people, and I know a lot of names of guests, and I can remember quite a few of their orders, which is cool.
I think that's very cool.
I feel like it kind of breaks the ice a little bit, so they can just drive through. I know exactly what they're getting, and then off they go.
Yeah. I like it when people remember my order, but I don't drive through enough anymore to give anybody a chance to remember.
Yeah. Nowadays, I'm sure you'd probably drive through. Probably next time you do, and you'll be like, "Whoa,
who are these people?"
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, and that's a big difference between. I'm thinking when I was your age, it wasn't a big thing. People didn't go driving through to get breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
But today it's almost the reverse. That's just the norm.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate that we make homemade dinners.
Exactly.
I really like that.
Nothing beats a good homemade meal for sure.
Yeah.
I especially even though where I work, I have my favorite things I get on a daily basis, and it's the best thing. And then I realize I need to change it up a little bit. I've had that 3 times this week. Time for something different.
Yeah.
But with this episode, we are also on the topic of all things kind of related to food. We've noticed recently in the past week how many food recalls there have been, which you might know more about that than I do, actually.
I do subscribe to, I don't know if it's it might be through the FDA. Yeah. And so I get emails about when foods are recalled. And it's been quite a few years that I subscribe to that. And it's important. There's been several foods recalled in the last, month that had something to do with that listeria, which can make people very sick. I think it can be deadly. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah.
So don't quote me, but this week there were recent candy recalls, and just today there was a bread recall. So you can go to the FDA's website and look for the recalls if you're interested, but I like to know, and this is how I found. Well, I heard on the news when the cereals were recalled.
Yeah.
Were they? I forget which company it was, but we had like 4 boxes of that brand of cereal,
Uh-huh.
and
I think it was I'm pretty sure it was
Cheerios.
General Mills.
Oh,
It was the Cheerios.
yeah, and so, but I, who I think are pretty savvy with searching on the internet and stuff, I had to really search to find out how do you know if you have
Yeah.
um, cereal that had this issue with the Cheerios. I think it had something to do with a pesticide or something. Uh, but anyway, it took some looking, and that was frustrating.
Yeah.
So I thought even the FDA should put on there, before they publish it, have all the info so somebody can look on the box to make sure if it's the date or the facility it was processed at or whatever, so they'd know if they need to toss that cereal. I'm not gonna, I don't really want to toss anything if we paid for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it back to the store and get our money back.
That is if they'll do that, if they know there's a recall for it.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I always try to if that's the case.
Yeah.
Especially if it'd be something like meat.
Oh, especially
You know?
meat.
But
Especially meat.
and sometimes you see the recalls and you hear a meat, certain sausage or meat or something, and you're like, I've never heard of that brand. And so I think that's why in the last, I don't know, many years, 5 or 6, I steer away from buying any of that stuff that's priced really low and is a brand that's never heard of.
Yeah. Well, and in my opinion, it's always good to, go for the better quality meat that you know is for sure 100% like grass fed or,
Yeah,
cage free. Because
yeah,
then you know there's no way or potential harm to that
right,
to that meat before you yourself consume it.
right. Well, and they say, I hope I don't do that too often. They say, like, who are they? Uh, I have read a lot of articles over the years about how much more healthy the grass fed beef and um, free range chicken and pork that's grass fed is for the body,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
No antibiotics ever. That's become much more common than it used to be. It does cost more, which doesn't make sense. Because if you have, let's say, a cow and you don't have to feed it grain, I'm not sure if that's the case, but he's grass fed, so he's just out there eating the grass. If that's what he's eating, you're just growing grass for him to eat, so why is it more expensive?
That is a good question, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. I gotta find the answer for that, but we have tested and tried side by side. Remember, we did ground beef from a farm in Idaho that was all grass fed,
Yep.
and then some from the grocery store, and there was a difference.
There was a big difference.
It was leaner, and it was almost a little teeny bit sweet. I
Yeah.
remember.
The one thing with the organic and organic or grass fed and then the normal ground beef or anything compared to free range chicken, that's where it gets me is the cost and the size of package that you get.
Yeah.
The grass fed or the organic chicken, it's always a smaller package.
Yep.
But in theory, I guess it is kind of better because you know for sure that that's healthier and it's better meal portioning. And you're not overeating and you're like forcing yourself to like, you know.
Yeah. Which is hard, like for families that have kids.
Yeah.
I remember when you guys were young and there would be good sales at the grocery store, we had a freezer, upright freezer in the garage. So if the roasts were like buy one, get one free or whatever, any of the protein, then I would get whatever I could afford and put the extra in the freezer. And
Yeah.
I used to buy milk like 4 gallons at a time, pour off a cup from each gallon, and then freeze it. Remember?
Yep, I remember.
and
Which is
for
funny because there were only three of us.
yeah, but I don't know why I picked four, but oh, and we used to buy orange juice, and instead of putting what was it, 4 cans of water in the pitcher when you mixed it, I used to no 3 cans is what it called for. I would
Hmm.
put four.
Yeah.
It still tasted good when I used to give you guys OJ every day. Um, but so for families, it's a little harder to buy. Just thinking of organic foods and grass-fed proteins, that's harder when you
Mm.
have little kids because it's a lot more expensive,
Yeah.
but it's something we should all consider replacing part of the proteins we buy with one of those others from a good farm that's grass-fed, which we have several in the area.
Yeah.
And I'd like to support local. Not just local, though. I also like foods from other places, you know, that aren't
Yeah.
here in the valley where we live.
Gotta get your weekly, well, I guess not weekly, maybe monthly Starbucks run or
Oh,
Dutch Bros run or something like that, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing that keeps us, we haven't been to Dutch Bros in a long time.
It's true.
And the thing that got me kind of really liking it was the stickers. I'm glad they haven't had any recalls because I've been collecting those stickers. And one of these times I will mention what my plan is for all the stickers because it's a cool plan.
For sure.
So, along with in the food area, it's funny. I think we're mostly talking about food in this episode. Has anybody else noticed? I am seeing so many ads, commercials, um, even on Instagram. They show up for mushroom coffee. And it's probably just been, I don't know, about a month ago I first heard of this. I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
And I'm just a little baffled. Like, who's the expert on this? Like, all of a sudden, mushroom coffee can make you healthier. You can lose weight. Supposedly taste good. I'm like, who is endorsing this? And what about people that are allergic to mushrooms? Or what kind of mushrooms are these? I mean, I've always heard you got to be careful with mushrooms. What do you know about this, Morgan?
I honestly haven't researched a ton about it, but I mean, the percentage of, or the ratio of mushroom in the coffee to like a normal coffee probably isn't much in the mushroom coffee. It's probably like,
But there's no coffee in it. They just call it mushroom coffee, don't they? See?
yes, yes and no. I mean, I think there's there's probably at least 15, I would say, my guess, because I haven't looked at any packaging, is roughly maybe 15 to anywhere between 15 and 25% mushroom, if there is anything in there of mushroom product. But it would be because of the benefits of mushroom itself.
Well, some people don't like mushrooms, period.
So that's why they just get regular black coffee, or they just get regular coffee that they prefer.
Well, I'm just Googling, is there coffee in mushroom coffee? Okay, so this one company is advertising it as something that can give you better focus. It has, oh, where's the 100% organic ingredients?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know what's in it. See, I would expect that you would be able to go to this site, find out right away what the ingredients are, but I'm almost to the bottom of this one web page.
They should have a list of all of it in there.
Do you want to look at it?
Yeah, I could take a look.
Okay. But so far I'm seeing ads for just there's one brand in particular that seems to be advertising heavily. But then interspersed among those ads, I get notifications periodically where somebody will have a little video and say, I tried this mushroom coffee and let me tell you why not to drink it. But if it was verified, I mean, next time I go in for a doctor's appointment, I'm going to ask her and see what she knows about it.
That would be a good idea.
Because, it's not good to just try everything that's out there without knowing if your doctor has any knowledge of any studies that have been done on it, reliable studies.
Any studies that have been done on it?
Well,
That's
they put participants in the study and they give some of them a placebo and then the other ones get the real stuff and they...
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing if you did that kind of a study and they're like, at the end of the study, those who had the placebo, they didn't notice any difference. But if it was me and they said they were giving me the mushroom coffee, but they really gave me a placebo and I didn't know it, I'd probably be acting all like, oh, I've got all kinds of focus. I'm just raring to go. And that would not be true because if it's just like a sugar pill or something.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, let's hear it.
So it's got Rise Organic Mushroom Blend. So it's got the cordyceps, lion's mane, reishi, shiitake, turkey tail, king trumpet, coffee, and then MCT oil.
Oh.
So
lion's
it's the oil
mane,
that you have to be careful of.
I think looks like you got to be careful of all of those things. Like lion's mane, I think is something that you could be allergic to.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's important to find out all the ingredients in something that you're seeing that's supposedly become super popular, and also to read up and find out what are the possible side effects of drinking that. Is it possible that people could be allergic to some of those mushrooms that are in it? Yeah, I think it's just like so many other things that have been put out there. Energy drinks. If you go look at, just compare a few, some are touting how theirs is a healthy one,
True.
But then who's the expert? Same question, like who is really going to tell you, oh, this energy drink is better than this? mostly all you hear in the media anyway is that they're all bad.
Yeah.
Well, if they're all so bad, how come they're all on the market?
It,
People are buying them.
yeah, exactly.
And it's no wonder we aren't super confused. Food's getting recalled. So there's people telling us to drink mushroom coffee. Is this like Alice in Wonderland?
Valid.
And then there's like, those talk. Well, this has been years and years where they say there's detox drinks. You can actually make them from home, and those are good for you. And then, drink vinegar. Yeah. But yeah, it's been popular in the last year. It's like
I know.
apple cider vinegar,
You won't get me to drink any vinegar.
I do. I do like it, but I asked my doctor, and she's like, no, because it can do some damage to your throat or something.
Yeah.
And it can be permanent. It started because you wrote a list and put it on the fridge.
Yep.
Or on the freezer door, actually.
Foods that we have in the freezer currently.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to update that, though.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You definitely do. That makes it easier to put together a menu because you know what is in the freezer is mostly protein and some fruits and
ice cream.
Oh, and frozen grapes.
Oh.
That's what I've been doing lately is any fresh fruits. I just try to rinse them really good and prep them and then freeze them because I don't want them going bad.
Because you're not eating that much fruit right away.
Yeah.
Beef roast on Sunday over Sammy roast beef sandwiches.
Yeah. But
okay.
I don't think that's going to be on Tuesday. I think we'll switch that to a different day.
You put that on Monday, yo.
Oh, I did? Okay. What else is on there?
Salmon tacos.
Yeah, because we have salmon in the freezer. Yep.
Okay. Chicken burgers and fries.
Oh, for the tacos, we don't have burritos. I guess they're going to be salmon burritos.
That's true.
So we're going to have to make homemade burritos. Mark, it's just flour and water and salt, pretty much. Right?
Okay.
We're going to make them homemade. They're not that hard to make. Little ground flax seed in them.
You won't catch me eating them then.
Why? It's good. Good for you.
It's good for you, but your version of good for you is like twice the amount than it should be. Say you put Monte Cristo Sammys.
Yeah, because we have French toast in the freezer. And ham. Oh, we'll have to take the ham out and the turkey or chicken, whatever it is. And, yeah.
Friday, always a good classic. Pizza.
Yeah.
Although we have in the past been switching it up sometimes and doing Chinese.
True.
Not in a while, but
we
I don't
haven't
know.
had Chinese in a while. That sounds so good. I don't know. It'll be up to you. You want to switch Friday to have Chinese instead of pizza. But normally, you're right. We have one or the other of those on Friday nights.
But it's probably mostly pizza.
Yeah. Which I really love because then you don't have to really make a decision on Friday.
Exactly.
And Tuesday's the same. Tuesday, tacos. We did go through a time when we had Monday was Meatloaf Mondays.
Yeah, and then I think it got to be a little too much.
Yeah. Because if you have a roast on Sunday and then meatloaf on Monday, that's too much.
Well, it's different dinner acronyms. They're just
we could do
off.
meatless Mondays. We talked
could.
about that.
We could.
Yeah. So is that the week? Pizza and then...
Yep. Looks like Friday's the last day you have written down. Next thing is just a grocery list of the things we need.
Well, I think it's really good to have a menu.
Yeah. just our thing though is we write down a menu and we don't always stick to the menu.
Yeah.
I try to keep us in line with that, but some nights I'm like, you know what? I get home from work and I'm like, I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
I know. Well, I think we got out of the habit we had for a long time, which was, what are you in the mood for dinner?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got to stop this because I'm not in the mood. I can't say once in a while I'll have a craving for like probably Chinese food. But I just want us to have cravings for what's on the dang menu.
Exactly.
Because then you know you'll have leftovers for like Saturday.
Yeah.
But I only made it once last year, the smorgasbord soup.
Yeah.
Which Saturday is for. Because Saturday was going to be our day to clean out the fridge, cook what we could. So when we go shopping the next week, there's no old foods and leftover stuff going bad.
Well, and that's the benefit of sticking to a menu and then, going off of the menu every single week. If there's proteins that are on sale one week and then they're not the next week, you know for sure you're going to buy two of that meat or two of that protein, and then you can freeze one and then use it the next week.
Right.
You just got to remember to pull it a couple days or the night before to kind of let it thaw.
Our best deal we found at the grocery store last year was those pork loin roasts that were at Winco, and you're the one who caught those. Remember, we got those for 99 cents a pound.
I do remember that.
Nice loin roast. How many did we get? 7?
We got it was probably pretty close to 7. I think we got 6.
Okay. Those turned out to be a great help for our family dinner once a week.
Yeah.
And you made one in the crock pot that was so good. Yeah, those were good. And that was like the white meat pork. That's what I like. Those were good for sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
We made leftover sandwiches. We made Cuban sandwiches. I remember that one week. Those were good.
Sounds like we're going to need to have Cuban sandwiches soon.
Yeah.
Even though it's 11:30 and we've already eaten dinner and we're talking about food again.
No. I know. We covered everything pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
This week.
So.
Just we learned about we had chicken salad this last week. And we learned that it's good up to, it said 3 to 4 days after the expiration date.
Yeah.
So after that, it's got to be tossed. And I'm kind of a stickler for that. I don't want to get food poisoning.
Yeah.
Nobody does. But when it comes to salads like that have a dressing on them or mayo or, you have to be careful because they can turn bad pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, that's mostly, though, if you don't use them consistently.
Yeah, but I can't eat chicken salad every day of the week.
Yeah, valid. Valid. Who wants to eat chicken salad every day of the week? I'm kidding. It's good. It's good once in a while, and it's good to,
What about egg salad?
I'm not a big fan.
No, but you like deviled eggs. or just sort of?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I like deviled eggs, but I have to put a lot of paprika on them and some cayenne because I'm like, this is like, it's just too bland.
Oh, yeah, and I wouldn't be able to eat one with the cayenne on it.
No, you'd have to eat one with the black pepper.
I don't like that spicy, spicy stuff. That's it for this episode, and you joined us. And if there are topics that interest you, that you would like us to discuss, then just let us know. Um, how would they let us know, Morgan?
By either commenting or we just recently created a Facebook page.
And it is just by the title of the podcast?
Yep. Just real life all day, every day.
Okay. Cool.
So, and it's pretty easy to find.
Is it?
It's pretty easy to find.
Just search with the name.
Just search with the name and then just watch for the first post. Just look for the very, very first post. We'll be excited to be updating you guys more on there and any new socials that we create. And we'll let y'all know.
Yeah. So have a great week, and we will see you next time.